Hi guys! Oh wow,
Why are you wearing the headphones?
Audio is fine, I can tell that already. What is happening over here?
I had to finish my flow.
Okay. So yeah, I've actually been talking to you guys already in the chat. For some reason, everything decided to work, like out of the box, and by out of when it's not being set up fully. So, hey guys, welcome to our Sunlight Night live stream. I almost hit that entirely. Let's say hi to some people in the chat.
Jessica just arrived.
Yeah, Jessica, for instance. As if she has perfect timing.
I think she knows when we start. Despite the time change, by the way, we're changing the time on the 27th.
Yeah.
Which
I actually was
is
talking
next
to you
week?
guys and checked on it. Yes,
I don't know.
that's next week. That might actually be spot on next week, so next week might still be like 1 hour difference.
No, it's Sunday. It's already the
Okay.
new time.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Let me
let's
check
see.
if that's correct. The 27th, yeah.
I just call this person JR because the name is ridiculously hard. Yep. See? That's what I mean.
Just so...
Yeah. You know who you are.
Okay. Sir. I don't know. It's so hard to read. You should change that.
I know. Here, I need to adjust the mic a little bit.
Yeah, now it's in the frame.
Shh.
Good job.
I moved the microphone a little bit closer to us because you
This
guys...
one would be good because now it's almost in the perfect...
Yeah, now you're also blowing their ears out.
No, I'm not. I see the bars.
Yeah, but there's a difference. This bar is already perfectly audible. So yeah. Hi.
Did we bring any... I just wanted to say lightsaber. Doctor Who ones?
No.
Screwdrivers?
Nope. Everything
Damn
is
it.
in a box. Everything is in a box.
I'm a bit obsessed with Star Wars right now, looking into lightsaber and stuff, and I think having a sonic screwdriver as a hilt would be awesome, but it would be too fat.
You just get like a tiny little...
Yeah, a tiny little...
It's like a bread knife almost.
Yeah, I guess.
Read out loud, because otherwise I don't know what you're reading.
I don't know what you're reading. You're not reading out loud either.
No, because I was waiting on you.
Well, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. Hi. You're being a mini butt.
You're being a meanie butt. You started it.
Oh yeah, so guys, I was already talking to you guys in the chat about that. I started playing Stardew Valley. Might have a slight addiction now. It's basically Harvest Moon, but then it's recently released. And somehow I managed to make it work on Mac using some trickery, so I'm happy about that. Mr. Apricot says in the chat, what do you like better, Lidl or Aldi?
Aldi.
I don't really care. But we
it's
go
just
to
like
Aldi more often.
We only had Aldi and Lidl came at some point, and that's why we always preferred Aldi, because we are just used to it. But the thing is...
all honesty, it's more like, where can we get certain things that we like better?
That's
and
for
Aldi,
you. You didn't grow up here.
Aldi tends to have most of the stuff.
Yeah, the thing is, there are a couple of things Aldi doesn't have and Lidl does have, so we get that stuff there, and we also get like the burgers for him there. And the thing is, Lidl actually carries brands which Aldi doesn't, or products which Aldi doesn't. So, but it's really good if you mix both, then you don't actually have to go to a normal supermarket.
Because if you live in Germany, they are like 5 seconds apart usually. If you see an Aldi, there's usually a Lidl around the corner. In this case, in Bretten, that is 100% true.
Not everywhere, because I don't think Lidl is that far spread, but you definitely find an Aldi in pretty much every city, town, whatever, or more.
Yeah, as Mr. Apricot says in the chat, they're pretty much the same kind of style. I wouldn't say
yes, but feel-wise, I like Aldi better. Like, just mood-wise, when you walk in.
They look very similar to me.
Yes,
the only difference is
that time we went to that there's that section where the Subways is and the the animal place, the pet store, right? And then next to it is Penny. No, it's not Penny. It's Netto or something. And that feel-wise is like, oh, I don't want to go in there. But
No,
it
yeah,
has
okay, I get
exactly
that.
the same products as the others, even more. But it just has that feel of, oh, I don't
But
want
that
to go
one,
in
that
there.
feels a little bit. I
It
don't
feels
want to
cheap.
say. Yeah, it feels cheap. That's
But
what
it has the exact same products, even better products.
yeah.
Because they have the real brands and stuff.
Yeah.
But it feels cheaper.
The only difference that I would say is that Aldi is more usually in length, and they always have the same amount of lanes. It's like they have like the edge, one lane, and then usually 2 lanes in the middle, and then the outer one.
I'm trying some lipstick today. I normally don't wear lipstick, so.
I'm trying some kitty today. Normally I don't wear kitty.
Yes,
but
you do wear kitty normally.
what do
At
you
least
want?
he's awake this time.
You just want to play?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Well, you go and play.
Avril says they're never near her, so she can't really get to them. Well, if you can get to them, it's just nice because you actually get quality stuff for cheaper and also get like organic stuff, at least in Germany. And I mean, we normally buy our pans and whatever, pots and whatever at Aldi and mixer and whatever. It's just like...
Oh yeah, car related stuff, house related stuff.
I mean, they don't have that, obviously, every time you go there, but when you need it, they actually plan it marketing-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like it's when it's seasonal, so when it's like towards Christmas, you see a lot more Christmas-related stuff, of course, but you always have like mattresses and like bed covers. Those are more like towards...
Or after Christmas, you do have the fitness stuff and clothing because
Oh, yeah.
everybody's running to the gym, stuff like that. So you already
also
can prepare.
in towards winter,
Yeah.
towards like the beginning of spring and the beginning of summer, you get more cars-related stuff like polish and those things. I think in Germany, because they have to switch to winter tires, a lot of people who have winter tires as a separate thing, who actually own the winter tires, they just have one of those like I forgot the word for them, the rims that you just click on there. Basically, they're fake rims.
Oh, yeah.
Like you see a
The
lot
covers.
of those. Yeah, basically like wheel covers. You see those a lot. That's kind of funny to see.
Teresa, my shirt is from T Fury, but it's 3 or 4 years old now.
And I think at this point, most of the artists that make those shirts just sell
They
them
are-
to every single one of those.
Yeah.
Like all those like Loot Crate type boxes, all those artists are
Let me
selling
check.
their
I
stuff
think
there.
this is Megan Lara. She does that style. No, this one is not Megan. This is actually a guy, but Megan does a similar style.
Yeah.
What's his face? We actually talked to him. Can you remember his name?
No, it's been
We'll
a
look
while.
it up. It's in one of the vlogs. We actually talked to him about doing something together. But yeah, that's like way in the past. Lipstick looks great. Thank you. Jess says something about Fireball to you.
You have to try it. Fireball, rum chata, and a splash of root beer. That does sound kind of nice.
What else?
The only problem is we don't really have root beer in Europe, I say, but like Dutchland and Germany doesn't have any. I don't think you can actually get Fireball here because that's the only reason why I know it's because of being in the US. Rum chata, I don't think you can get that here either.
I have no idea.
I'm
we
not
wanna
enough of
go
an
back to the
alcoholic to
US,
really
so
know.
As soon as we are back in the US, you can
Yeah.
feed us the stuff.
What are you doing?
Hey, Ellen. Who else is there? You said hi to everybody already. Helga, Darko, Teresa, JR. We shorten it now. Avril, Teresa, Jess, Mr. A. Okay, yeah. I hope that's soon. I hope so. eBay says something is ending. Okay.
That's never good. Do you want to play one of those quizzes? Because my iPad is empty since you were using it.
I wasn't using it.
Yeah, you were. Or at least, let's say this, you kept it on.
No, I turned it off. It must have been the kitties.
Nope. Kitties don't have the ability to like open it and unlock it like that. I wish they did, because then we could make a lot of money of having them do stuff.
They can open doors.
Yeah, but only if they're not locked. I know what I did last time. So the other day, I noticed that Cass opens the living room door. It's not really opening per se. It's when you don't fully click it in with the handle, with like that it locks. and he just like does something to. I can't see it because of the counter that's in over there, but he does something, and it basically sounds as if he's unlocking the door, and it creeped me out the first time. I was like, wait, how? I just closed the door. So if you want to make sure that the kitties stay inside a room or outside, yeah, that's kind of the thing you have to do. Are you okay, buddy? You guys can't see that, but Cass has been running up and down the tree like a little maniac.
Well, I'll look up something because we've done pretty much all of them. Like the interesting ones. Maybe they have new ones. Are you a grammar freak? Are you Batman or Superman? Which classic 80s movie villain are you? How dramatic are you? Which Fuller House catchphrase are you?
None of them.
Are you good at dating?
You watched actually an episode, right?
Oh my god, I started Fuller House just because I was curious. I've never seen Full House in English. I've only seen it in German, and I've seen a lot of episodes. So I was just curious. And oh my god.
It's terrible.
It's just terrible.
It's really bad.
I mean, I watched it in German, and I guess it was okay. I can't remember, but watching it now, I mean, they pretty much have the full cast besides the twins. And they actually make a joke, like, you're too busy being in New York with your fashion line. No, that was awesome, but they looked all to the camera for about 10 seconds, and that was really awkward.
They're trying to make it like a Saturday Night Live thing, where basically, like, you know that they're gonna look into the camera and they're gonna break.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of doing it, but it's not supposed to be the thing. Helga says in the chat, Sarah, can you tell us about higher education in Germany? Is it cheaper than the US? What's the quality? I can already answer that without even knowing it. Most of the European, when it comes to Western European, is cheaper because we don't have the system where we have to fully pay our education, and it's subsidized in general. So it should be much easier. And quality-wise, that depends on where you go, I guess. Actually, the other day I looked up something on Facebook that came by like the top European universities, for instance. Mm-hmm. But the UK is on top because they have a lot of they have a big history with like universities. I think Germany, the Netherlands, and I believe Italy. For some reason, Italy is like on the top.
I don't
10.
know. I have no idea. The UK probably. I mean, we don't have that many countries.
Dutchland has a lot of technical universities that are very high on the list, so far I know. But quality-wise, that's hard to say. If you go to like a really high-end university, like now my mind's blank. Like, the only thing that comes to mind like is Harvard or something, but that's more for law, I guess.
Harvard? That's in America.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, sorry.
Compared to the US, like I don't know any US ones that are like prestigious enough. But those are really hard to miss because they have like really like
Princeton,
heavy.
Harvard.
Yeah, those have like really heavy
MIT.
funding, so that it's kind of obvious why they're much higher when it comes to things.
I'm watching way too much like what did I watch? Pretty Little Liars right now. They are going to college. OC. No, they weren't really doing that. But One Tree Hill and stuff when people were. Or had to decide which college or university they're going to and stuff. So it's always like, yeah, here are those, and we didn't even get in those. And it's like, okay, you kind of get an idea which are the good ones, which are the bad ones. But to answer your question, generally it used to be free in Germany. Then they asked for money. Then they had big protests and stuff. So they went back to free. The only thing you have to pay are like admission or like you have to pay like 500 euros per semester or something, just like for fees. And obviously you have to pay for your rent and everything. So it's not free in that case that you live on campus and don't have to pay anything.
I don't know how high my debt is right now, but it's nothing compared to like your average U.S. student loan because holy crap, those are insane.
In Germany, you can get loans too, which are kind of like free. You don't have to pay them back.
It's a gift loan.
Yeah, but you have to finish your study within the normal time. If you take longer, you have to pay it back. Yeah,
that's kind of how it works in Dutchland as well.
But that you can only get that if your parents don't have enough income. And you don't have income, obviously. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to come to this, but someone asked in the chat just now about that we don't do college here. technically we have like the in-between flow. At least in Dutch, it is that we don't have actual college. College, you just go to... You pretty much specialize as soon as you are like 16 or 17. You have to make a choice. Like in which direction you're going. Like for my side, it was IT, for instance. So I would have gone just in that direction. I didn't have to bother with anything
Which I
else.
think is way too early to decide because people know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As soon as I was done, I hated every second of it.
In Germany, you're together for the first 4 years. So when you're around 10 or let's say 11, you actually split up. There are like 3 ways you can go. One is the lowest educational level. You end with 16, and after that you learn a job, as we say, which could be baker or whatever. It's something where you don't need to study for.
Like that's one of the things. Like it's the visa application. It's impossible for me to actually fill it out because half the stuff don't really translate the same way as they do in the US.
Yeah, it differs between ours too. So in the second thing you can do is Realschule. That takes longer, 2 years longer, I think. Yeah. So you're like 18 maybe when you leave school. There you also... Okay, the lowest level also learns English, but will never master it. Yeah. The Realschule, they have English, but I think they can actually have a second language, but they don't if they don't want to. And after that, they can do different jobs similar to the other one, but they also can go to a different school, which then they are allowed to study, but they are not automatically allowed to study. And the third one where I went to is basically up to when you're like 20, 21, and then you're allowed to study, and basically you can do anything you want. But yeah, that differs again depending on the state and whatever. Yeah. But it's basically the last 2 years. It's similar to that. You kind of decide which direction you want to go. You have kind of majors. So I had English, which I didn't pick because I wanted to, because it was kind of the only feasible option. Yeah. And art, if I could have done it, I would have done art and German or art and sports, but I was injured, so I couldn't do sports. And art and German, they didn't let me. Guess there were regulations. And French, I used to be better in French, but then I really sucked. And math I could have done, but I didn't do it in the end. I don't know why. So I picked English for, I don't know. I almost failed because of English. I failed because my English teachers always hated me and I was bad. So.
And look where you are now.
Yeah, that happened all after school.
Yeah, I know. Let's see.
So, and then you can apply for universities. So there is no college in that sense. There are like technical universities, there are other universities, there are like studies where you work at the same time. Yeah, that's what I did. Which are also mandatory, that you actually have to go to university, and it's not like distant studies. How is it called? Online, where you do online stuff and then offline.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Take your exams. It's actually mandatory that you go there. Mm-hmm. And then obviously you have stuff like which is called Fachhochschule, which is not a university. It's a university for applied sciences. So
STEM.
I don't know.
Science, technology, something. Basically, it's like all this. It's all the science and technology.
No. You have that with real universities. I mean, real universities are like the old ones from the 1500s, whatever. And they are like the prestigious universities where if you go to study medicine, chemistry, physics, whatever, mechanics, all the big stuff. And where I went to, we actually have 2 semesters where you actually have to work within companies, do internships and stuff. So it's actually, I think, better because you actually learn real stuff. I agree.
That's what I did. I saw, once again, as soon as I'm reading it, I completely forget what it was. I think it was Everall who said that she's also doing a job where she's learning at the same time. So that's the best way to do it. Same way for like photography and film. The only way you can really learn is by actually doing it. A lot of us in the chat, and I've been eyeballing it for a while you were talking. We had some excitement in Seattle last week. A guy with a hatchet went into a convenience store and ended up getting shot and killed. By a customer. Good use of a concealed carry permit. Yes and no. I'd rather have the person not dying, but sometimes you don't have a choice, which sucks. But yeah, it doesn't really help the gun death numbers at all. Let's see. Sales are dry. Ellen says in the chat, yeah, I have around 75k
Is it just me, or
in college
do we have less crazy people here? Because I can't even see anyone walking into the
Germany?
store here with a hatchet.
I guess. I mean,
I feel like maybe there is a need to carry guns because
keep
there are
in
more
mind
crazy
that-
people, but I don't feel the need to ever wear a gun on me because I've never felt threatened.
True.
I don't know, even when I was traveling in the US.
I guess that that's what I want to say. Like,
And
keep in mind that in Germany, yes, there are a lot of things that happen which don't really make the news per se. Excuse me.
Yes, they will. If something
Not-
happens
not
like
that-
that,
not-
they will
not
make
ev-
the news.
Okay.
Hello?
Something like yes. Okay. Something like that would happen, but that's Germany. Keep in mind that Germany has a completely different history when it comes to gun violence in general. Also, if you move that to the US, it just exponentially grows in crazy people. So
The thing is, did we talk to Luke about that? I don't know. It's just like with the whole health system and how the whole thing is set up. It drives people to Natch. I understand that.
Yep.
But if you would change that, I think there would not be any need because we don't need it here. It works without.
I mean,
The only time you actually hear about people getting shot is seriously if it's like a Russian or Italian mafia thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Or suicide.
I have heard a couple of like gun things in the last couple of years happening in Dutchland, but those are like very extreme cases usually, and they get dealt with very quickly, and usually no one dies. So, but also once again, completely different culture and things. Jess says in the chat, the shooter probably saved more lives as well. I hope so. It would honestly. I don't give a shit if you carry a gun or not. I couldn't care. I'm all for it. In all honesty, as if we go back and we do live in an area or in a state where we are allowed to get training, I would absolutely want to get trained. Because I want to be.
Yeah, but I would not want to carry a gun with me all
besides
the
the fact, like I have played many video games. I've seen and I know just enough about most things a little bit that I could confidently say that I would be able to pull a trigger if I have to. But I wouldn't know all the safety regulations.
What is wrong with this society where you have the need to carry a gun to protect?
True. I don't know.
Sorry, can you just go outside without being afraid?
I've honestly the first.
I don't mind shooting. I want to go to a shooting range. I want to shoot all the things, but I don't see the need to carry guns. Period.
Yeah. The first, let's say month and a half when we moved to Ohio for the first time, I did feel a little uncomfortable. That is because
but you have never lived anywhere else but your own house with your mom.
Yes. Besides that, I lived in a completely different environment and culture. For the first month and a half, maybe like after, I did feel uncomfortable, not really knowing what I could expect. After that, I didn't really feel anything different than me picking up a heavy piece of wood and knocking the shit out of someone, which also hurts just as much. It probably is worse.
I actually feel not safe in people who carry guns. For example, there was a guy who was helping us with a piano.
Oh yeah, that guy.
he was carrying a gun, and I felt so unsafe with that guy around.
Well, mainly because it's the type of person who does it.
Yeah, that's my problem. Everybody can
get
a gun.
Look at my concealed carry gun. I'm like, yeah, that's not the entire purpose of conceal and carry, but nonetheless, it's a cool gun, I guess. Jess is in the chat. Criminals will be criminals no matter what. Responsible people and criminals are different. Absolutely true.
We have criminals here too, but it's not like we get shot all the time.
Once again, different culture, different system.
I know,
it's been thousands of years since we've been able to play war. Since we started, the U.S. is a very young country still, and they have ruined.
I hate that. Like, we don't have history. Of course you have history.
Yeah, but
300 years or more is still history.
Compared to thousands of years.
Fuck that. I wasn't alive thousands of years ago.
Yep, but what you do now might affect what happens in those years after you're no longer there.
Well, the people that moved there had history too from here, and Americans are so proud of their European history.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It pisses me off sometimes.
Okay.
But I love you guys. I want to live there.
Jess is in the chat in reply. We don't get shot here in Alpena all the time either. But Alpena is one of those areas that is more, I don't want to say rural, but that's kind of how it feels to me. It's like a small town compared to like Columbus where we lived.
No. Okay, for the guns, we actually have a high percentage of guns in Germany per head.
Is it Austria or Switzerland that has like a mandatory gun?
No, I think Switzerland has it allowed.
And I think Switzerland or one of the two has like a gun law where everyone has like a certain percentage has to have a gun, and you have to have it locked inside your house, and you have to be able to use it. No. You can look it up, Google it if you don't believe me.
Google it later.
I know about it already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like that, but it's really funny because when I went to Italy for the first time on a trip with U-Ball, we made a stop in that area, and we just got out of it was like I think a gas station or something, and there was a guy like just standing outside with a rifle on his back, which is something I've never seen in Europe before. I was like, okay, very interesting moment.
Also, Jess, I think a lot of people carry guns up there too, because I guess a lot of people still hunt too if you live like in forest rural areas. So it's just like the next step between a rifle shooting animals to have guns carrying. I mean, in a country where you are allowed. So I don't know.
As long as
I don't mind guns for sport and whatever, but
they don't have to change anything when it comes to the amount of guns they have. They can keep all their guns in one. The only thing that they would have to change, as like over the entire country, not just states, would be laws that basically mandate that people get training and you have to keep up the in Japan, for instance. Japan has doesn't have many guns. People who do want guns have to prove why. They're only allowed like 3 different types of guns. It's like small handgun. I'm not even sure if they can get like a certain like rifle type things, and every year they have to prove that they can handle a gun and that they basically pass a test in order to keep that particular weapon. Australia, not too long ago, I'm not sure if there's anyone from Australia in the chat right now, completely banned guns. Gun violence has gone down. And Australia is not a small country either.
Yeah, but there are less people too.
That doesn't matter. It's still a really big continent where people live on. If they wanted to hide guns, they could.
I know.
Apparently, it worked for them in some way.
Yeah.
But it's just, once again, different culture. It just doesn't apply to the US.
I didn't mean for hunting. I just mean if you already have like a rifle for shooting things, the next step, having a smaller handgun, just carrying it, it's there because it's already shooting. You know what I mean? So not for hunting.
Yep.
And if I would have lived in the south of Columbus, I would have not felt safe, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when you're watching the news. You have constantly dead people by being shot.
No, well, low incomes.
It's just low income.
Ghetto areas in the southwest, which is kind of funny when like the area where we lived at the complete opposite, where nothing really extreme happened. Yeah. You had like the occasional like weird thing that happened, but most of it was all southwest Columbus or like the other areas surrounding that.
Teresa, I agree with the like mandatory gun safety training. Everybody should be taught who is using a gun.
Better background checks.
And mental, please.
Well, here's the thing. Because it's such a big country, it's almost impossible to really get it 100% checked out. It is possible if you put the money in there, but you know how the US works. There is no budget for anything that is important usually.
I just also find the argument with, I can see the house protecting thing if you're living in an area where it's just like nobody and the police is like an hour away. Mm-hmm. Okay, whatever. But having to overthrow your government... That's really Wild Wild West, sorry. That's like relics of the olden times. I know. Well, I have a friend who's actually completely disagreeing with me on that one.
Depending on how the elections go, that might actually happen.
But please, if the elections go that way...
Also, if you don't want that to happen, please Americans vote.
It sounds stupid, but in our... media age, social media, just imagine someone does something evil, poof, it blows up on social media. You can't hide shit that well anymore. It's
So,
automatically out there.
Lala says in the chat, gun rights don't require training or mental health background checks. I just added checks.
Yeah.
Thank God. If guns are taken away, only criminals have them. The rest of us will be sitting ducks. That's not really true. What is the most... I need to form a sentence.
I think someone should be trained on a
Yes.
thing they're using. If you don't know how to use it, don't.
That's the equivalent
don't
of...
have it.
I mean, it's already laughable how you get your driver's license in most states.
Yeah, if you can't operate a
Like-
car, don't.
Like, that's kind of how it feels to me. If you're not able to drive a car without a license, you should be able to... I mean, most people can drive a car without actually really practicing, but that's not the point.
Well, in automatic, yes.
I
if you have
feel-
stick, you should have training.
I don't think we're going to like a very extreme area now once again, but that's fine. I feel if you want to be able to own a gun, you have to be able to point at something. That thing you point at has to die. That's how that works. You don't point a gun at someone if you don't want it to die. And I don't know if I agree with the whole criminals have guns, because criminals don't give a shit what they use. If they want to hurt you, they want to hurt you regardless of what it is.
Helga, it would be cool, but then again, I mean, it is shooting
And it's
on
a-
targets that's like also like baseball or like throwing up a stone and hitting it with a
Yeah,
stick.
she's-
That's just something humans do.
She says,
Target practices.
She also says, don't make the guns at all. It's a $1 billion industry. That's not going to happen. Anything that makes money, it's not going to...
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Like I said, for sports shooting and practicing,
Yeah.
whatever, cool.
Maybe it's hard for us to really
I also
fully
like
understand
archery.
how that works, because like I said, we are from a completely different culture where guns are more of a extreme. You don't really see them, and when they are, they're usually used in a case where like, oh wow, we wouldn't be able to do anything regardless. I don't think we've... Do you know any school shootings that happened?
Yeah, there were like 2 or so in the last 10 years.
Yeah, but those were not... Those were done by like really extreme people who got their guns illegally usually.
I mean, there were a couple of like, I would say it's probably the typical mobbed teenager
Yeah,
type of thing.
That kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they actually... There might be like a teacher and 2 other
Yeah.
students or whatever, but it wasn't like the big thing. So
Mhm.
as far as I remember. But we haven't lived here for 3 years.
Yeah.
There might have been
So-
something else.
Lana says in the chat, our constitution protects gun rights, which I know. Training is good, but it's not a requirement. I was in the army, so I had lots of training. See, here's what you already said. You had lots of training. You know how to use and operate and, well, maintain your weapon if you need so. I would not want to have her hold a gun without any knowledge how it works, because I know how she handles everything else. It will drop, or she will by accident forget that the safety is not on, and she will either shoot me, shoot the cats, or shoot something that like we cannot replace. That
Oh,
easily.
look!
Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's how so many people get injured by just stupidity.
I've shot rifles.
Like, if you want to go a step further, I'd rather have
I'm actually a good
kids
shot.
getting trained in school and have that problem solved. That's one of those more extreme things. Like, if you don't want to teach sex, teach guns. At least people know what to do with them.
Yeah, I also had the discussion about like if you're fighting with, let's say, a sword or a knife or whatever, or if you get shot, you actually don't want to get injured by swords and knives, because that's just a big mess and pleats and whatever. If you're shot,
Yep.
it's probably through or dead or whatever. So there are like differences in when it comes to that. It's also a kill or injure or just disable. I mean, you don't have to shoot to kill, you know?
Yep.
Anyways, like I said, I also prefer swords and lightsabers
I would.
and archery. I love archery.
Can we just do it like this? We'll just go back in time a little bit, but we stay in this time. We'll just duel to the death, like old school style. Just have 2 old pistols with 1 bullet,
Oh god.
and they have to load
That
it
are
themselves.
crooked, huh?
Oh, I don't care. They have to do 10 paces and then shoot. The person that survives, argument is settled like that. If you want to fight like that.
But why don't we do stuff like laser attack or paintball or to play war? I mean, I've never played laser attack, by the way. I always wanted to.
It's fun.
Yeah, I know. And then speedboating.
I don't know if it actually is funny what I'm saying, or if it is because
The
you
banana
think
slicer
I'm an
is
idiot.
incorrectly designed. I'm just saying.
What is?
The banana slicer. It's not correct designed. It should be the other way around. I'm just saying, if it was the other way around, it would be logical like this. No.
Alana says the Americans are very angry now, and most like Trump because he's saying what we feel like but are told it's wrong. As for guns, they don't kill people. People kill people. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and
that's the only thing. That's the thing I try to avoid. I don't want to talk about politics per se because I don't think that I'm qualified to talk about that. But yeah, Trump is one of those people. He gets compared to Hitler a lot because of the fact that the way he does things is exactly how Hitler started in like the early.
Hey, just
15s
hire
and
me and we
20s.
play laser tag all the time. I
Yeah.
even go out with the dogs if you don't want to go out with them.
Laser tag with dogs. That would be awesome.
What? No.
No, you can put those you can put like laser turns on the back.
No,
Just have them shoot back around.
Yeah,
That would
or
be cool.
can you see Memphis in front of you jumping around being like, ah?
Or just see Oakley lay in the corner. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was trying to say with like the Hitler thing, it is one of those things you have to be very careful. I don't think that someone like Trump, if it would be really his intention to do more harm than good, I don't think someone like that would survive that long. And by survive, I mean he would not be able to stay in that position that long.
Cat says laser tag with dogs.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh my god, we would
Sharks
just
with
die.
lasers on their head.
Oh my god. Is this like Sharknado? Are we inventing a new movie genre now?
No, Husky NATO. We
No.
already came up with that.
Husky tag. They are chasing each other.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna check with them.
All right, what else do we have? So guys, who should be president? And different country, so you're technically not allowed to say anything, but yes, you are. Yeah, I agree with Jess. The president doesn't have as much rights as everybody thinks he has because they're like the houses underneath. They're called differently in America, but
Also, that's
they
why
constantly fuck with him.
that's what I'm not sure if it was last week or the week before that. People, like someone was talking shit about Obama in the chat. Or like they said, or in the comments, I don't know when it was. But basically, it's incredibly hard to lead a country regardless of which direction you're in. And considering Obama has not really been that crazy bad because it's incredibly hard to satisfy everyone. Sure, there are some things that I don't agree with at all. But yeah, it's what someone already said in the chat. It's the lesser of multiple evils.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't get. Trump could pay off anyone. Trump could just hand out money and he would be president by tomorrow.
So, okay. After this, what I'm going to say, I want to kind of ramp up, like try to stay away from the politics side for a second. It feels to me when I'm watching, and I've been like trying to get into the U.S. politics system a little bit, like small things in order to be able to understand what's going on, just in general. Trump seems to me like someone who has no clue what really goes on when it comes to leading actual leadership. He just says whatever the fuck someone wants to hear. And it's kind of funny, the other day, I'm not sure what it was, there was like a research like done, like the type of words the people use in politics. Trump is on like an 11-year-old level, and everyone else speaks like a young adult. Let's say that.
I'm not really following it. Maybe
it's hard. It's so frustrating. I mean, I definitely am not a Trump supporter whatsoever. I think the closest thing would probably be for me Bernie Sanders, but yeah, I don't know.
Are we dead yet? I'm not sure if you could do that. I doubt it. Like take our country back from the corruptions. Corruption has always corporation. Sorry. Corruption.
Reading is hard.
Same thing. Where's the difference? Seriously.
I don't know.
West Wing, whatever. There are so many political shows. I've never watched the Netflix one. with Kevin Spacey. What's card of House of
Oh,
Cards?
House of Cards. Yeah.
Never watched it. I watched Scandal, always over the top, obviously, but it's also like you blackmail people and make deals. That's just how the world is.
Okay.
It's not all about sex, but a lot too.
Yeah.
But a lot of money.
That's just in the chat. Bernie would do as he was told, period, just like Bush Clinton or anyone else.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works. Honestly, I've been looking at the House of Cards thumbnail.
Oh, everybody loves the House of Cards.
The House of Cards thumbnail on Netflix. It's just because I hate when stuff comes out over a period of time, especially when it's on enough
you
seasons.
can watch it. There are several seasons.
Better Call Saul is now currently like going every single week an episode. I happen to randomly fire up Netflix like, oh, there's 6 episodes already, or 5. I don't know how many there were. Like, I'm gonna watch that. I had so much fun in watching that.
Yeah.
And then you come to the roadblock of like episode 6 or 7 where, yeah, it's gonna launch next week. I'm like, fucking Netflix, that's not how that works. You guys release everything at once, not week per week.
That's for example, Orange is the New Black. They did release it like the whole season at once, and that was awesome because you could just binge watch over the weekend. They launched it on Friday, and then you were done by Monday.
I'm guessing that Better Call Saul is one of those experiments to see if it still works.
No, they have changed it. Shadowhunter, for example, comes out weekly too. They have changed to weekly. I'm pretty sure when Kimmy Schmidt comes out, it's weekly, which sucks.
I will just not watch it for a month or two.
Yeah. But that's with a lot of things, and then you're not watching it. What's a bit... I've been watching a couple of series, and they have ended, but the last season is not on Netflix yet, and that annoys the crap out of me because I can't finish because it's not available, and we can't access it. And I can't watch it on the American Netflix anymore because they stop when they see that we're using proxies now.
Oh yeah, it's really. I think it's like
I'm paying for American.
I think it's not even that. I think it's like specific proxy servers that are like from plugins.
So my Amazon Prime from America is still running. I can't use it in Germany because you need the German Prime. What the fuck? So here I can't watch American Amazon where I'm paying for because I need to use proxies because they block everything from Europe. I pay for it.
Yep.
Or paid. I'm not paying for it anymore, but it's still valid for half a year. Sorry, need to go back to the US. Just frustrated here.
Helga says in the chat, have you guys ever watched South American soap opera TV series? Like, what was popular in the early 2000s?
Not really. Well, I know them, and I've
seen
a
about
couple.
Them.
I don't know.
Okay, so
what I've watched, which is kind of a like a almost parody of it, is Jane the Virgin, because they are always watching telenovela, and her life is kind of like a telenovela, and you see it that they arrange it, and it's so hilarious in between. If you see, they are just pointing fingers at it, and her dad is actually in a telenovela in the whole thing. It's just like it's awesome. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I didn't expect it, and I didn't want to watch it because of the title. I was like, meh, but it was actually entertaining. Sorry.
I grew up having to watch, well, in the background, watch As the World Turns.
What's that?
Just people in the chat will probably know. It's like one of the longest running TV, series, like soap series that has been on TV since God knows how long.
Well, we're not watching TV.
So
we're
bad.
just watching Netflix, which is technically TV shows without commercial breaks.
Also, I don't speak Spanish, so I have a lot of issues trying to understand what's going on, even with subtitles.
Oh, you know what's really dumb? We talked about this before. We actually have to pay fees for the TV license fees here, although we are not using the TV or whatever. It just sucks. You have to even do that if you don't own a TV or radio or anything, or don't even have internet. If you have a flat, now you have to pay.
That means you have because you could have access in some form or way. I can understand.
Yeah, but if you don't have any.
I know it's not. I don't have the choice. We have to pay, and that's just how it works.
Yeah, you watch Nerdish Real People. Yes, we are real people. What else? Vlogs are soap operas enough. Yeah, they can be. People get engaged, married, and divorced, and then engaged, married, and divorced. Maybe.
You want to do one of those quizzes?
Yeah, I was already reading them to you, and then the whole gun came up.
Okay. Well, I guess that was...
So, are you a grammar freak? No, you're not, because you're dyslexic, so you don't care about words or anything else.
I absolutely do. I just am terrible at actually maintaining that.
Are you Batman or Superman? Which children's book cover are you? Which villain? How dramatic are you?
No, we did that.
No?
I think. Something similar.
Which Fuller House catchphrase are you? Are you good in dating? Which modern horror villain are you? We've done most of them. Otherwise I have to go.
Here, let me check.
No.
What?
No.
What? No.
No.
What? No.
No. That is all what we've done. So
I know. I just want to scroll through them really quick.
I want to... We have done all... We've looked through those. Let me just go back a bit. Read comments.
I'm trying to see. Lala's is in the chat. Don't pay for Netflix. You can watch anything free online on the internet. That's the whole point. I like supporting creators because if you don't support creators, then creators stop creating stuff.
Are you a cool person?
Sure.
All right.
If
we
people,
are on Zimbio.
I don't want to finish. So if you don't support creators, regardless of if you want to pay for it or not, if you don't support them, they stop making content. Same for us. If we cannot afford to make content anymore, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, here, Jess says it pretty nicely in the chat directly. You have to support the creators. If you don't have the money for it, then that's something else. But yeah, I don't feel okay being able to say like, oh yeah, I watched like a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna see it. I'm not gonna pay for it. That's the whole reason why I like going to the cinema, but I don't go that often, is because I like watching certain movies, especially certain things that come out, like Star Wars, for instance, like a big thing that we've seen last. Star Wars is one of those movies you have to see in the cinema because that's the best experience you can have when you see it for the first time. Same with any big movie that like everyone is like, oh my god, that's so cool. Interstellar was one of those movies, for instance. I haven't seen it, but I've heard great things about it because we were like in the middle of like, I would like to see it, but it's not like an ideal moment. Haven't seen it yet, but I think it's on Netflix now. Helga says in chat, why do you watch Netflix in general and pay for that? There are a lot of free sites for free series of films. Well, that's kind of what Jess responds to. I like supporting.
Yep. Plus, the series we want to watch, they are not... if you're in the US, you can go to ABC and watch the current episodes. You're $9 per month, and then you can watch everything and anything.
It might be because we are on the other side of the line where we have to be able to survive from being able to create stuff. So I wouldn't like seeing Rooster Teeth recently made or released their movie Laser Team. If they don't have the money to make it, or they don't get the support that they need, they stop making stuff.
The feed just froze.
Yeah, no, that's just for us.
No, they said in the chat. Buffering for me too. Again.
Weird. Because the chat looks fine to us.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, it should be fine.
You're back. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I think you need to do your own because you might not agree on that.
What?
Choose a music band.
Musician or band?
Yeah.
Scroll.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Beyonce, Macklemore, Sia, Justin Bieber, Radiohead, or Coldplay. I would then go for Coldplay, I guess. Because anything else is crap.
You used to like...
Oh, I know why we
Macklemore?
have a bad connection. It's because we're not wired in.
Oh. Maybe you should plug the cable in. So, alright, then we go with Coldplay. Choose a character to be from Lord of the Rings.
Legolas.
Alright.
That's the only one I see, probably.
Aragorn?
Yeah, I could see that too.
Well, Frodo, Sam, Gandalf's. Legolas? No. Let's go with him.
Okay.
Aragorn?
Aragorn.
Pick a response to this cut down. Your mama so fat she could eat the internet. You're the internet? You're my mama. Punch the person in the fat mouth. Run and cry.
Oh, sorry.
You're my mama?
Sure.
Okay. She's a jazz musician.
Miles Davis, Louis Armstrong, Charlie Parker, Django, Richard. I hate jazz. Louis Armstrong. That's the only one that I actually know.
Or Miles
songs off.
Davis. I don't know. We picked Louis Armstrong.
Actually, before we continue on, I think the chat is kind of rioting.
What?
Jess says in the chat, kind of, not all creators are rich at all. Actually, 90% of creators can barely survive. The top tier YouTubers you see sponsored by YouTube and like show up in like really big productions and stuff.
Bye.
Those are the only ones who really are able to get by from all the things they do. And like, for instance, Olga, who's a friend of ours, was just completely burned out.
Oh, Olga is burned out.
2 years ago?
No, the last VidCon.
Yeah, well, last VidCon was like the point where she was doing her own thing again. But before
she is burned out. When we met her, she was burned out.
Yeah, she was doing videos every single day for like 4 different channels, I think.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of stuff is the only way she was able to survive, apparently. Or at least to keep up the popularity. I'm not sure what she does now because I stopped watching her channels because it's not really my type of content.
Well,
but
she's mainly focused on her
socks.
appearance and stuff in the sock business and stuff. So, I don't know this. So,
come on, Yolanda. What's Fonzie like? That's from before my time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know either. What kind of car would you own?
Sports car.
Sports car, truck, family truckster, normal sedan.
I mean, I like
one of the tiny cars, electric hybrid.
See, here's the thing. I like the Tesla model that they show on the picture.
Tesla here.
That's
Whoops!
Well, we
I
selected
clicked the Tesla. Tesla. We would actually have gone for the sports car, I think. Anyways, we go hybrid. One of these quarterbacks was known for being cool. Who was it? I don't know. John Montana?
I don't know any
Joe,
of these.
not John. Joe.
So let's see.
Guys, help us.
I don't know any of these guys. Not even close. And I tend to fake my way through stuff. So it's Brett Favre.
I don't think it's pronounced like that.
Bernie Kosar. These are not even normal names.
I think
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
That's a good name. That's more American than any of them. Which of these bad habits is yours? Nail biting, yes. Twirling your hair, that's...
Twirling, yeah.
That's more your hair. Spitting, not really. Counting your money, nah. Talking to yourself,
nah.
Spending all your money on other people.
Yeah.
So I have biting nails, and you have the last one.
And twirling hair.
Well, I would like to say, but when I have like my
mustache.
You
do that too with your mustache.
Yeah, I do it with the mustache.
Okay. Someone in front of you at the coffee shop is taking forever. What do? Sigh louder and louder until the person notices. That's what my mom does. Say something like, make a decision. Nah. Ignore the person and wait patiently. Walk out, get coffee later.
I'm not sure if it's the British way to just carry on, but that's also very Dutch in a way. We just like, I'm not sure if everyone, but that's definitely
If
me.
I'm
I
not
just
in-
stand still and
Yeah.
I don't bother because
Yeah.
I don't care.
In my head, I'm yelling at.
Oh,
that
absolutely,
person,
yeah. Yeah. I think Gavin Free, who works for Gristed Teeth, is one of those people who like openly says like, "Oh yeah, I fucking hate the person. I don't have the balls to say anything though. I just keep quiet to myself."
Oh yeah, Olga is a citizen now.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Elena. What else do we have?
Well, actually, I'm not sure if it was.
Get a boat.
It's almost 4 years ago when I think she tried it for the first time when she was trying to get started with the citizenship.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
I don't know why she failed.
I don't know if she failed because I watched her vlogs at the time and I know that she was talking about wanting to do it, but I'm not sure if
I know
that
she
was.
took the citizenship
I don't know if
test
that
and then
was-
you didn't hear anything after
That's the
that.
thing. Like, I'm not sure if that was because she failed or if she just didn't get to the point of actually doing the test. Because it might also be that her green card was up for renewal, so I guess she just did the renewal and was just waiting for a new appointment. How would you describe as? How would friends describe you? Gullible, annoying, funny, crazy, thoughtful, impatient. How would people see you? Because I always say the negative thing. At least I'd like to try and think that I'm a bad person. I think thoughtful. No, you're not thoughtful?
Yeah, all right. Let's take that. Which image is the coolest?
Bill Nye the Science Guy, James Dean, Cthulhu, some guys in shirts, a raptor with a rocket launcher riding a freaking shark.
It looks like Edward and Usher, but never mind.
Or
probably just
Full
me.
House, the original.
You probably would go for the sharks and the dinosaurs.
I actually wanted to go for Bill Nye.
Yeah, he's wearing a bow tie. Bow ties are cool. What was the last movie you saw in theater? Okay, this is a bit older. Jurassic Park, Inside Out, The Martian, which I haven't seen. Cinderella, Straight Out of Compton.
Yep.
50 Shades of Grey, I can't even remember.
Actually, Jurassic World was the last one from those.
All right.
I think. Yeah, because I watched Inside Out in the plane.
I watched Star Wars.
Yep.
But that's not in the list. How do you spend your free time? Reading, writing, movies, music? Hanging with my pet? Well, that's kind of mandatory.
That's like 99% of the time.
Cooking, traveling, being outdoors, sitting around doing nothing. What free time?
I guess the top one. Reading, writing.
Movie, music?
Yeah.
Hanging with my pet. All right. Are you cool? Yes. Oh, yes, you're cool. You've got your priorities straight. You're full you're full of self-confidence and you've got the brain to back it up. Wait, there we go. Now I can read it. It's bigger. That color combination is just shit. It's purple and orange. It just doesn't work. You're thoughtful and gracious. People can count on you. Flakiness is not cool. You're responsible and honest. Definite cool traits. But most importantly, you're funny and fun to be around. Everyone thinks you're pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So to get an answer on Olga, Kat says in the chat that Olga said her lawyer messed up the paperwork, which sounds very familiar. As if there's never been a lawyer who has done it correct, I guess. Unless you pay them a lot of money. Which you already do.
By the way, there are so many people in Seattle. Terry Pratchett is in Seattle too. I didn't know that. They actually showed like a pre-airing of Shannara there, which is cool. I still haven't seen it. Apparently it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering it's made by MTV. I mean, hello.
Yes.
So, you have to wash the hair color out. Okay, bye, Kat.
Well, we're about to...
We're about to end anyways. So, should we play a couple of Would You Rather and then end?
Sure, yeah. Wait one sec. I just clicked everything to prepare for...
The gun violence
The
stuff
end.
took a bit longer.
Let's see. Okay. There we are. Let's see. I have to move some stuff around now. Oh, it's headache-inducing. In case you wonder, Sarah, there are 3 chats on screen right now.
Yeah, why?
One is the pop-out one,
Why?
One is the chat that we actually need in order to see ourselves. And there's one chat because I refreshed I had to refresh the page and it automatically renews the last one. So, sorry. Okay. Nope.
I think we're through most of them.
Yeah, I think, but I'm not sure if they get updated or anything.
I don't
If
know.
you were trapped on an island, would you rather be stranded alone or something
Oh,
with
they
someone
had
you
that
hate?
one.
Yeah, we had that one. Would you rather have a name known for doing something terrible, or having
Or never be
or
recognized and accomplish something wonderful.
well, the one is so much easier than the other. It's so much easier to get known as someone terrible.
Yeah, but also terrible that you will be remembered forever. You have to do hardcore stuff.
That's not that hard. It's much.
Well,
It's
I
much
like doing
easier.
good things.
Yeah,
I would
I
look
would-
for the wonderful.
Absolutely, but I just want to say it's so much easier to be a terrible asshole.
I don't think so.
Would you rather have 3 wishes that have no catches, or 6 wishes with minor catches? As in, one is the you wish for something Disney style and you actually get the thing you do. Or the other one is like how 99% of cartoons and things portray genies who always do like a caveat with it. Like,
Well,
I wish,
I'll take the 3 because
like Brave basically. Like, I wish my mom would change. And then
Yeah,
the
she's
mom
a
changes
dragon.
into a bear.
Oh, a bear in that case, not the dragon.
She
sorry.
changed. That's a
Yeah.
thing.
I would go for the 3, also with a thought of, hey, how about I wish more wishes? If I can't do that, how I wish like endless money so I can buy all the things.
I wonder if that is like that's in like just
There's no
Because
fine
it-
print.
there should be fine print at this point. Like I think we're like at the day and age where if you are a genie, you have to kind of put that in like asterisks.
But then you feel like it's a scam and you don't do it because
You get
you're
free
like,
wishes.
and whatever you want, $500 billion, you're in.
Is it like it's wealth, fame usually, and then no, it's wealth, health, and then you wish if it's a genie, you wish it free. Right? That's how that works.
You guys are interesting enough without the questions, which were probably written by someone from a school dropout. Yeah, but they kind of also spark discussions sometimes, which is kind of interesting.
Also, I like to also sometimes just get my IQ, just drop it for a minute because it's so much more fun.
Lower than
Lower than it already is, yes.
lower than fridge
No,
temperature.
here's the-
Oh my god!
Here's the thing. It's not that I'm worried, like, what I would say, because honestly, there is nothing I would say at this point that you guys wouldn't already support unless I go full on Hitler style, like, burn the Jews and burn anyone. But that's not really what I would say, you know that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to touch on things because I know it's going to piss people off. And it's going to... I don't want to say insult, but it's going to hurt viewers who I know are sensitive, who would otherwise not have a problem with things. And that's like a YouTuber thing in general. Like, you can't really have an extreme opinion without...
Oh, you can't say anything if you go by that.
No, I'm
There might
just
be
saying.
someone who doesn't like the color blue, so you can't wear blue.
No, that's not
I'm just
what I'm
saying.
saying. I'm just
Where
talking
do you
like,
draw the line?
as in, I don't like to fully talk about religion because I don't have one, but I don't feel the need to openly say like, fuck anything, fuck everyone who thinks God is real. Like that kind of stuff. Like that just feels unnecessary to me.
You guys can ask us questions and
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, if the chat has more than enough content, usually we don't have to resort to doing additional things.
Oh, my dad. Yeah, he's doing good. Seems like it's actually working this time, which I would wish for him because he has had crutches for
Almost
2-3 years now.
at least 2 years.
Yeah, probably longer. And the thing is, he was injured before and
No,
had
that's serious.
operations before that. So
No,
that's
he has crutches for the last 2 years, and he refused to use them beforehand because he's a stubborn asshole who
No.
he probably did not have most of the problems if he actually had listened to the advice of a fellow colleague, medical person.
I don't know.
Your dad works as what I would consider a doctor type person.
Yeah.
He should know better. And he's a heavy smoker as well. That's just asking for problems.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's doing fine, and I'm happy because I've seen him for the last 2 years just constantly like having to deal with either a freshly operated leg or the part that doesn't work properly hurting and stuff.
I think Jurre is highly opinionated anyways. He will always insult someone without noticing it, so don't worry.
Yeah.
He's not holding back that much.
No, but I don't feel the need to
No,
really go
there are things, it's just like, we don't really follow politics, so just saying Trump would be something like blah blah would be like incorrect.
That's what I was saying before. Like
I don't have the knowledge. I don't know what they are talking about. It's just like I hear things other people say, so I can make my opinion about that. But meh.
Womble kebabs. I think that's what it is. Don't say anything controversial, like mentioning Hitler to your.
Yeah.
That's something else. I don't like. Their difference is like I don't call her a Nazi, most of the times. Sometimes, from time to time, it's just to make sure that she knows. But that kind of that's something else. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel the need to mention stuff if they don't work. Are you tired, ma'am?
No, I'm hungry. That's why I'm yawning.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You get yawning when you're
my
hungry.
costumes are I'll work on them tomorrow. I had to finish the thing for work, so I did finish it. They love it, so
Yep.
kawaii.
Well, with that said, I think it's time to just like end the vlog.
Why?
End the vlog. End the stream so we can actually start making food. I was trying to not burp. Yes. Yeah, I think it's time to end the stream. We will still be chatting with you guys for like 10. I'm not kidding. We are hungry. Actually, before we go, we redid our pizza today. At least my pizza today, which was actually remarkably good. We added some garlic stuff to it. What are you doing?
Weird stuff talk.
Okay.
This is the stuff I always do to the outro.
True. And we added like a bunch of herbs and stuff, which was good. Actually, also the Parmesan. We added Parmesan on top.
Lots of garlic.
And lots of garlic. Yes.
It was actually just granulated, like powdery garlic.
It's good.
Not real
I
garlic.
liked it. It's good.
Yeah, so.
Can only become better after this.
He doesn't get it. If he says that, it means
can
that
only
what he
get
just
better.
ate was bad.
No, like the first one was okay.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't
people
great.
heard.
It wasn't bad at all. It didn't have any flavor. This one has flavor.
Yeah.
The next one is going to try to perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
Or the next step is trying to perfect it so it's always the same consistent quality.
Oh, whoa.
Wow, can you be more
Whoa,
Johnny?
we were getting another brown package.
Sweet.
Yay.
Make sure to send it and let us know.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Before Sarah starts yawning like every 5 seconds, which I find highly disgusting to look in her mouth at. Guys, have an awesome day. We'll see you guys next time. Next vlog. And make sure to hang around for the post chat